tonight, where we want to give you a little bit more inside information of who the entrepreneurs are behind the pitches which are currently active at our Symbid platform. Today we have a new guest speaking about his company. It's a company who is already existing for a couple of years. It's Nebu. He's currently active on the platform with raising funds, still 33 days to go. So we are still able to become a shareholder of this beautiful company. Tonight we have Eric van Velzen, which will tell you a little bit more about Nebu and about his plans with the company. First, I will introduce you shortly into the session of tonight. As most of you already know, it's also possible to ask questions during the session. You can, at the right top of your screen, you can find the Q&A app. With this Q&A app, you can type in the questions you have for Eric, and I will see this as a facilitator of the whole pitch session and ask the questions to Eric, so we are able to get the answers which you want in order to make your decision. Of course, there's always the possibility to ask questions afterwards on the platform, and there's also a lot of information there about Nebu. So if you have any questions regarding Nebu after this session, always feel free to ask questions on the platform or reach out to the page to find more information. Well, that's the short introduction from my side. Maybe one last thing to mention: if somebody asks a question, you are also able to like these questions. You can add a +1 to the question. You will see them on the screen. And when the question gets liked by a lot of people, then I know that the question has a lot of potential, and a lot of people want to know the answer to the question. So just so you know, now I'm giving the word to Eric van Velzen, who's going to explain you more about Nebu. So first, a pitch from Eric. Eric, the word is yours.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the kind introduction. Yeah, a few more words about Nebu. So Nebu is existing now for 23 years. We've been in the market research industry for all this time, and we've become quite a big name within the industry. We've reached quite a lot of achievements this year, which I want to share with you. And with that, I want to tell you where we're going in 2016 and thereafter. So in this year, what we've done, what we've built, is our ecosystem, which is a whole group where we focus on what we are good at, and that is building and supporting and hosting software. And we do that together with a group of partners who fill in, for example, the reselling part worldwide. So we've got resellers in Sweden, in Germany, in Australia, and the USA, and we've got a lot of partners who fulfill other items that the researcher needs, like reporting packages, scripting, translation services, etc., etc. All of that together forms the Nebu ecosystem, where we are, of course, the center in. This year we also moved our hosting services to be able to scale a lot more in the coming years in terms of the number of clients, the number of services that we can host on there. We've done a lot on marketing this year. Well, you might have seen quite a lot of videos on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of interaction on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and we also have on Capterra, one of the a platform owned by Gartner. A lot of reviews and a very good statement there on what we're doing and what we provide to our market. Last but not least is the Nebu Data Hub, a very big new breakthrough platform that we've introduced for the market research industry. As what we're seeing is that more and more is going into big data solutions, because it's not just getting the data from surveys that is important in in the research, but it's also getting the data from social media, getting it from Google Analytics, getting it from the Central or the Bureau of Statistics information, etc., and being able to combine it all and to have surveys or projects from the past and all, combine all of that together. That's our new platform. It's something that we're right now have launched with a number of early adopter clients who really saw the value of this and eagerly jumped in to join us on this great new development here. What are we going to do? We're right now getting in through the Symbid platform, but right at the same moment also on another way, a lot of money so that we can in 2016 accelerate the further development, that we can further grow our worldwide network of partners, resellers, etc. Why all of this now? Because we've got a really strong sales funnel. We see that the demand is going up rapidly. Not only because the economy is going up again, but also because research is getting more important also in Asia. And of course, it has always been strong in Europe and the USA. So there's a real good moment for us to combine all of this, what we've done so far, with the opportunities that we see so far, and getting in the funding right now. The value that we're bringing to our clients, very important, is a lot of efficiency, extremely scalable systems, and our complete solution is with our solution, or with the systems, but also with the ecosystem in which we work. It's extremely scalable. So we love to be one of the exponential organizations. We bring innovation to the market, something that in market research is very well needed, so that we can help our research clients to lift their value propositions and become much more important to their end clients. And with that, we bring a lot more access to data, so that it's easier, it's better to access all the data that is available for all this research, both from survey as well as from social media and other sources. I think that's I got around 5 minutes for this part of the pitch. I think that is right on the spot. 5 minutes.
Yes, that's true. It's right on the spot, Eric. Thank you very much for explaining what Nebu is about. Maybe a first question which already rises, which I can already see from the public, is something about you and the team of founders of Nebu, because we've heard a bit of what you are doing now, but can you explain a little bit who you are and how you came with Nebu, how you founded it, and the founding team?
Okay. I started right after I graduated from university in 1992. And I started together with my former partner, who unfortunately is no longer part of the company. But in the meanwhile, I found really good members of my management team. The management team is spread over several countries. We've got the UK as a very important part of Nebu, as well as Hungary, where the biggest team of our company is, where we've got the development, support, system administration, and that kind of supporting and important tasks. Myself, I've got a background in IT, in computer science, as well as in business economy. So I think with that combine both of the best of both worlds in there. The team is now also going to be expanded with a very experienced manager on in IT and software companies.
Okay, thank you very much for explaining a little bit about the team. So in order to have a little bit more understanding of how big the company is, how many people do work for Nebu now at the moment?
We're in total with 45 people.
45. And the biggest concentration is currently then not in the Netherlands, I get from your story.
Correct. The biggest team is in Hungary, Debrecen. It's the second city of Hungary, with an extremely good university there, where of course our people come from. So highly very well educated people there. But also we have started discussions with the university, because they are also extremely eager to get much more into big data and into research. So we're working on a cooperation there together.
Thank you. That's a little bit more about the team. Maybe as a follow-up on that, you also talked about some big clients you are hosting currently at the moment. Which are the typical clients which Nebu serves? So can you name some, maybe, to give a little bit of an idea to the viewers what kind of companies you are currently facilitating?
Yeah, we're mainly facilitating companies within the research industry, and it's usually the independent, bigger companies. So it's not the extremely big ones worldwide, but the ones that are much more into innovation and into adopting all of the new kind of evolutions or revolutions in research. In the Netherlands, for example, it's companies like Blauw. It's a little bit difficult to name a number of examples, because I'm not really sure how much is known within this audience. But it's really good and important names that we have in our clients.
Thank you. And if we look to the feedback from the clients, that's always important for a business, and especially because you are already existing for a couple of years. How do clients rate you as a company, and what is their what is the real thing they tell about Nebu to other people, and to you, of course, the feedback from clients?
We're extremely proud and happy that we receive very good ratings from our clients. Unfortunately, in the past, we had a lot of those on LinkedIn, until LinkedIn stopped having this review site there. But we're getting more and more now on Capterra. For example, just today or yesterday, a really good one came in from a favorite client of us in Denmark, User Needs, where the CEO himself wrote how extremely pleased he is with us. And what is he, or are those clients pleased with? It's the scalability of our solutions. We can do extremely complex surveys and ways of data collection. We can combine online surveys, call center surveys, face-to-face surveys, all of that together in one and the same system. So that's one thing that they're very pleased with. The other thing that clients are very pleased with is the very personal support that we give to our clients.
Thank you for the answer to that. And well, at one side we have, of course, clients. We have the company itself, but there are also a lot of competitors. And because of big data being a hot thing nowadays, do you experience a lot of competition in your field? And if so, how do you cope with that?
There is, well, you can look at it two ways. There is quite a lot of competition in data collection. That's certainly true. There's companies like SurveyMonkey and Qualtrics and etc., but they're on the really low level of data collection, the easy kind of data collection. Our niche market, where we are really powerful in, and what is, well, I call it a niche market, but it's worldwide. A huge amount of companies doing this, is the extended, complex, or the really big scale surveys, the ones where you really need to get in thousands or hundreds of thousands of completes in a very short time frame. So, and in that area, there's a lot less competition. On the big data, we absolutely do see a number of companies coming up with it, but that is something that we see as a positive and good thing, because it shows there is a really good market for it, but it's definitely not everyone who's going into this yet. I think most of the people, or most of the companies, the competitors, will start realizing all this in 2 or 3 years, and then they're definitely going to be too late. And that's also why we, with what we've done so far, want to really accelerate the further steps in the big data platform, and really capitalize the advantage that we have so far. And this is also something that we've seen, or that we've shown multiple times in our history. We've done it, we've seen panels coming in the research industry, something before everyone saw it coming. We were really big with that. We saw hosting SaaS solutions coming. We saw a number of other, right now also our dialer as a service, which is also part of the whole research suite, is really, really a hit. And it shows how we see the innovation bringing the extra value to the market.
Thanks for the explanation on that side. I think that we now know a lot about Nebu and what you are doing, also comparing it with some of the competitors which are maybe a little bit more known to our viewers, like SurveyMonkey, but which is a little bit lower in the ability to scale on the big data things. An interesting question, of course, is also on the investor part, because you chose to do equity crowdfunding, so people can become a co-owner of Nebu. So can you explain a little bit about the investor options you are currently giving to the people via Symbid? So why should people invest? What do they get?
Okay, well, of course, I'm really happy to give multiple people the possibility to join, and that's something that, first of all, for my employees is an important thing. I really like their commitment, and with this, we're giving something back than more than just salary, but also the option to grow with the company. I see the same also with our partner network. They're also really happy to be able to join, as well as a number of clients. But also the whole network. What I really like about the crowdfunding and about what Symbid is offering here with the whole network is that people can that we are going to build a much tighter bond with the investors, with the co-owners of Nebu. So it's more than just the money. It's also what can we do for them? What can they do for us? And I'm already seeing a number of people who have so far joined and contributed, seen them here in my office, or invited them to my office, and it's really good to see also how we can cooperate and how we can make use of also the help of people in the network, get their ideas, of course, get their help in sharing on social media, and seeing next steps in cooperating together.
Well, is that also the main reason why you, as an already established company for already over 20 years, chose to use crowdfunding as a way to get in finance?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I really love to be working together with people, and we've got hopefully people have seen it also in the videos. We've got a really good nice location here on the Zaan in Wormer, and I'm also planning to have a yearly or an annual event here in the office and downstairs, where we've got a really nice conference center where we can together, once a year, of course, present how things are going, what's happening, but also have a drink and and abide together on on how things are going and how we can do this all together. I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you, because that's also, of course, one of the really good things of crowdfunding, that the people really do help you developing your company and bring some knowledge. Well, maybe as a last question, I see that the light is falling down here now at the moment. There we are again. As one of the last questions which I want to ask is, of course, people are normally investing in order to get some returns. So if you would scale their, or if you would tell something about the scalability of your company still after 20 years, so the possibility to grow, and also with then the possibility for the investors to come along with that. Can you really shortly explain how you see yourself developing in the coming years after the investment getting in?
Well, it's this year with our partner or the ecosystem, with the partner network, seen that we really have hit the nail on its head, because the scalability is indeed we provide the software once. We of course continuously look at what is happening, but we develop our software as one solution that fits all of the clients. So we do not make tailor-made or made-to-measure solutions. We create one solution that you can easily sell to 1, 10, 100 or 1,000 clients. So with that, it's extremely scalable, and with the network, the reseller network, what we're seeing is that we're getting more and more traction on the number of resellers, and with a focus next year on doubling, tripling, or quadrupling the number of resellers, we can with that exponentially scale the business, because of course, a lot is in the personal relationships with the clients, which we're doing, of course, directly with our superb customer care team, but also with the account management that our resellers are doing with us. The other part of the whole Nebu ecosystem is the scripting companies and other additional services that clients may need or may not need. But with that, it's for them also a lot easier to get scripting in, to get translations in, to get everything that clients need. So it's also for the clients much easier once they start working with Nebu to increase the amount of work that they can do, both internally as well as in this network. So that makes it extremely scalable, and with this, a lot of opportunity to grow the business, and with that, grow the return on the investment of the shareholders.
Thank you for the explanation. I think that we got to know a little bit more about Nebu here. We got a little bit to know a little bit more about you, Eric, and also about the team behind Nebu. So I would like to thank you for your explanation there. Of course, I also want to address, because I think that we answered almost all the questions we got from the audience. I want to address that if there are still some questions, also based on viewing this later on YouTube, that you can still watch the Nebu pitch, which is currently on the platform, open for 33 days, and it's currently at 69% of funding. So it's growing rapidly, and he will be able to continue the pitch for another 33 days. So be sure to be there on time if you want to invest. As the last words, I would love to hand the word to you, Eric, to give the people one more reason or one last reason why they should invest in Nebu, and take it away and leave them with a last note in order to get in some new people.
Okay, well, that's certainly because we're extremely open. You said if there are more questions, well, my email address, my phone number, it's all available on both on the campaign on Symbid as well as on the website. I'm extremely easy to reach out to and to get more information from. The openness also shows in the number of investors so far that have been already invited by me and came here to the office. And I think, well, the rest of the opportunities I already told. So the scalability, the possibilities in the market, and the strength of the team, of the complete company, of everyone who's really focused on helping clients, and with that to grow the business.
Thank you very much for those last words. I hope that a lot of people are watching it and are thinking about investing in Nebu. Yeah, well, this was the end of our Symbid Insight of today. We gave you a little bit of a view behind Nebu. Who is Eric, and what is the company about? Well, be sure to ask questions if you still have them on the platform. If you have any questions for Symbid, you can also address them via our general channels. Eric, I would like to thank you very much for your explanation. And if there are any questions, people will approach you.
Okay, and I would like to thank you for this great opportunity. And I want to thank all the investors, the ones who have already invested, but also the ones who are going to invest. Thank you very much for your trust in Nebu. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you live sooner or later. Thank you very much.
Eric, also thank you, and the rest of the viewers, of course, thank you for watching. This will also be on YouTube, so feel free to watch it if you have any other things which you didn't saw at the beginning. Thank you very much.
Okay, great.